Hello, good morning, good afternoon for some of you, good night. I'm gonna
You're
give
able to see participants, right, Mariana? Excuse me.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start right away. First, thanking you all for being here. And just before we start, I'm gonna address the audience in Spanish, so you can configure the translation service available. Buenos días a las personas que se unen y hablan español. En su pantalla van a encontrar en la parte derecha arriba una parte que dice Live on Worldly. Dan clic en esa parte y activan su idioma. Siguen las instrucciones para elegir español. Van a tener una ventana abierta para hacer la traducción automática. Voy a dejar las instrucciones hoy en el chat para que puedan hacer la traducción simultánea. Listo. Okay, so we are on the first webinar during the application process of the Women in Ocean Food Innovation Studio. Applications are still open and they will be until Friday, November 29th. By the end of the month, you still have more than 3 weeks to apply. And if you have any questions about the program or the application process, we're here to help. So first, we're going to start with introductions for the people in the room. Then we're going to learn about the Women in Ocean Food Innovation Studio. We're going to have a little chat with two previous participants, Thamires and Sara, over here in the room. And at the end, a live Q&A. If you have any questions, please write them in the box. Okay, so first we're going to start talking about the organizers of this program. First, we have Conservation International Ventures. This was founded by Conservation International, a leading environmental organization with offices in 30 countries across the world. And CI Ventures invest in green and blue enterprises operating in emerging markets, including, of course, Latin America and the Caribbean. They have invested in 41 planet positive enterprises, and it's a good sign that the 75% of their ocean portfolio is women-led. So we're very aligned with them in this sense. Hatch Blue, on the other side, is a fund and startup accelerator working to revolutionize the way seafood is produced by investing in its technological development. So far, we have invested in over 66 seafood enterprises, catalyzed over 150 million in co-financing. 1 out of every 3 companies in our portfolio is women-led. And so far, we have been doing this type of innovation studios over 16 times now, involving over 150 companies globally. So far, we have had 3 programs aimed to women entrepreneurs and have supported over 30 companies. This is going to be the 4th experience working exclusively with women for women. I want to take this opportunity, of course, to mention our sponsors, because it is with their support that we are able to do this. And introducing the people you see in the room, first we have Wayne Murphy. He's the co-founder and partner of Hatch Blue. He is also the head of the Hatch Accelerator and Development Programs. He developed the world's first aquaculture accelerator and alternative seafood program, delivering accelerator programs across Asia, US, and Europe. Hello, Wayne. I know this is a tough time for you. It's 2 a.m. where you are. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome, Mariana. And it's a real pleasure to be on this webinar today to share more about this upcoming innovation studio. As you said, this will be our 4th Women in Ocean Food program. We started this about 4 years ago. We were on an accelerator program during COVID, and we noticed that the women on the program weren't engaging as much as the men were. The guys were loud and boisterous, as men usually are. And we kind of developed a sidetrack for the ladies in the program to engage with other successful women entrepreneurs. And when it came to the end of the program, the impact of that was pretty impressive in terms of their confidence, in terms of their ability to learn from other female entrepreneurs and how they've managed to be successful. And I thought we should do this in its own right, just a program just for female-led companies, because statistically, women are much better at business than men. Statistically, they are more successful in terms of returns. So it doesn't make sense to me, and I don't understand why only 2% of global venture capital is invested in women. In our own portfolio, some of our most successful companies, of the 60 plus you see we've invested in, the most successful ones are led by women. So there's a real vested interest for us, from my perspective at least, to find great talent out there. You're going to hear from 2 of them that joined our program last year. We made an investment in one of them that are currently on the accelerator here in Singapore, where I am today. We've got our demo day today. So I'm really, really excited to see who's going to apply to this program. We know we've got a successful formula to help support and engage and enable women out there who are looking for a network of like-minded people. And I think you're going to hear that from Thamires and Sara a little later. But very excited to engage with this audience. I'm very excited to be delivering another program in Latin America and the Caribbean region. There's lots of great talent there, and we want to be able to support that. So I'm excited to see what kind of questions we have today, and what kind of new amazing female entrepreneurs that we're going to be dealing with this in January next year. So excited to hear and contribute this evening.
Thank you, Wayne. So now Gracie White, who was supposed to be here, but unfortunately couldn't join us today. She is Director of Global Ocean Investments at Conservation International Ventures, but she has a very good reason for not being here. She's currently in South Africa, attending one of the Earthshot Prize activities, where Coast for Sea, a company that is part of the Hatch Blue portfolio and Sea Ice portfolio, they are finalists in this prestigious award. So winner of this award get £1 million to continue their work, contributing to the environment. So of course, having someone in our portfolio with such global recognition is an honor. So best of luck for Coast for Sea, and Gracie, go support them. Okay, so
I'm like an expectant father, Mariana. My phone is here. I'm waiting for the call to tell us that Nick and Amado may have won. So fingers crossed, because it's great for seaweed. It's an amazing, it's probably the world's biggest environmental award. So if it does, I hope seaweed's going to blow up all around the world. Fingers crossed.
Hopefully, yes. So the next participant here with us is Sara Gutierrez from Healthy Reefs for Healthy People. She's an R&D consultant, and I'm gonna let her introduce the project later in the session. but at Healthy Reefs, they work on a delicious solution for reef restoration through the mariculture of king crab in the Caribbean. Hi, Sara, how are you? And we have also Thamires Pontes. She is tuning in from Brazil. FICO Labs, the startup that she founded and that she is the CEO of, is a biomaterial startup from Brazil working to use seaweed as an alternative to replace petrochemical materials in the fashion industry. Hi, Thamires.
Hi, Mari. Hi, everyone.
Okay, so we'll just start with why we do this. Wayne just touched a bit on this topic, but basically the women in the venture capital world are underrepresented, are underfunded globally. The businesses that are founded by females capture less than 3% of all the VC funding, the venture capital funds. In Latin America, this number is even worse because out of the 4% of the total companies funded by women, they raised only 0.2%. That's less even than 1% of the dollars invested. So we don't only have just less companies, they also get less money in the investment area. Women in the blue economy are not doing so well either. Globally, the women are 20% of the workforce in fisheries and aquaculture. And this 20%, even if it was in leadership position, women would still be underrepresented. And we know that these 20% are not in leadership positions. So there is a lot of work, a lot of way to go through for women equality in the workplace, in the blue economy specifically. And they are also earning, on average, 64% of men's wages for the same work. So there is a funding gap that still prevails in the industry. However, as Wayne said, women leading companies in our portfolio perform better. Women CEOs tend to spend 25% less capital per month than men, while achieving the same similar growth milestones. So we see these problems, we see this potential in women. So that's why we decided to provide a business support program specifically for women, because we do need these type of programs to help us advance further in our careers and as leaders in the industry. So Wayne, would you help me go through the program focus and how we do this? Thank you.
Okay, I think to your point, I think there's lots of great talent out there. And last year's program was obviously clearly demonstrated that. But one of the things sometimes from a business perspective that maybe some female-led organizations lack is connecting with a wider network that can open up new doors and opportunities for them. So when we designed this particular program, what it's aimed to do is, one, connect you with a group of like-minded women who are engaging and experiencing some of the same kind of challenges. But you've got to stand on your own 2 feet in terms from a business perspective, and whether you're selling artificial intelligence technology or you're selling pharma to the industry, no matter what product that you're developing, you've got to have a business that has a cash flow positive scenario. B, you've got customers that pay you for the product or the service that you provide. And that's fundamental. And what we try and do on this program is actually share and maybe teach some of those basic, provide some basic tools to enable our founders to, understand what it is and how they should be managing a business. Because if a business is effectively managed, the chances are, if you're looking for investment, you'll increase your chances of investment. And I think maybe in some regions, that's why some companies maybe don't get the grants that they deserve or don't get the investment they deserve because the business may not be set up correctly. So we're hoping to address that in terms of business development, really working on your strategy, how it is that you're going to get your product to market. And if you're going to be raising money, we're going to teach you a lot about how that can work and what's the best way to engage that investment community. We're also going to, help you into the most important thing for any investor is the team, how your team operates, what are its challenges, what do they do, and how do they work every day. We've got umpteen examples around the world of companies being successful, and we'll be happy to share that with the upcoming cohort. And I think importantly, the old saying goes, it takes a village to rear a child, but it takes a whole community to help a startup be successful or scale up be successful. And we hope that this program will enable you to tap into an amazing network of support. I can honestly say in the 15 years that I'm doing this in terms of programs and innovation studios and cohorts that typically I've worked with, the WhatsApp channel on the Women in Ocean Food LATAM is the most vibrant, active channel I've ever experienced. My phone usually battery dies by midday every day almost because of the chat on it from guys reaching out, connecting, asking questions, celebrating their successes. There's been some amazing progress. And it is really an amazing community of female support. And that would never exist in a male-dominated program. Guys don't do that kind of thing. So I think for those listening here this evening, wondering if this is for them, probably the best long-term benefit of you joining a program like this is meeting, people like that are on your screen here this evening, and many, many more like them. And we're determined to try and build that community, build that connection. If you're out there, wherever you are, alone, remotely, somewhere in Latin America or the Caribbean, thinking, I need to reach out to more people. Well, this is the thing and the opportunity here presented to you today to kind of achieve that. So we've got lots of great people investing in this program. Alumbra, Builders Vision, Beyster Foundation, Schmidt Marine, and the Aquaculture Stewardship Council. These guys are investing in this for the next 3 years. So they see the benefit of it. They want to help and support more great female entrepreneurs. And we're certainly there to try and help shape your business, give you a global perspective of your opportunity, and have some people with great experience in the blue economy to help you and your project be more successful. So it's a well thought out program with inputs, and the feedback from participants previously has been very high. So expect to learn lots. Expect to meet some great people and expect to be part of an amazing community of support, which for some of you, I know you need that out there, and hopefully this is the thing for you.
Thank you, Wayne. So we do separate this type of programs for us in regional cohorts. We have done this in Southeast Asia and for the first time this year in Latin America. This is because the commonalities in the countries of the region and of course the time zones. At each regional cohort, we work with up to 10 teams, and each team can invite 1 or 2 participants per team. To date, we have supported over 50 female entrepreneurs. And as Wayne said, in Latin America, we are going the long way, and we are preparing innovation studios for the next 3 editions. So the next one happening in January 2025 will happen in Baja California Sur, in La Paz, Mexico again, and this will be cohort number 4. We are also planning to expand the studio to Sub-Saharan Africa next. So first, this is a place to scale your idea at no cost. All the cost will be covered from flight, accommodation, and meals for, as I said, up to 2 participants per team. And this is a place to develop your business strategy, your product, your support network. This is a very important part of the program, that you'll be part of a community. And of course, your pitching skills, because you advance and you go ahead pitching to an investor. This is a critical skill from entrepreneurs, even if you are writing grants, if you're looking for investors, for partners, the pitching skills are crucial to communicating your project, your idea. This is a place to validate what you're working on, and this will happen with the help of mentors on a global level, industry experts, not only from Latin America, but from the world in the blue economy and aquaculture. And this will be a place to learn how to navigate your industry landscape. This is on a global scale. It will give you a broader perspective on what you're working on, what are other people doing in other parts of the world. You will build a business model. You will improve your presentation skills and learn to engage with mentors and investors, which will help you with your project. So who are we looking for? Female founders and diverse leadership teams. And with diverse, we mean people from the LGBT community are welcome to apply in leadership positions. Innovators with a great idea. We not only welcome people on an early stage of their company, but also even on the ideation side of it. If you have a project or if you are part of our research teams, you are welcome to apply. So if you are in a university or working on a research center, this is the place to go to. If you have a startup or a scale-up in the blue economy, we will see in the next slide the areas that we are welcoming to apply to the program. Female entrepreneurs that are very keen in advancing their skills and as entrepreneurs, as leaders as well. Established small-scale businesses led by women. These all have to be led by women in the women in ocean food sector or adjacent sectors. If you want to explore new market opportunity in the global seafood industry, this is your place. If you have technology, a solution, a process that can be applied to aquaculture and the blue economy, that is also welcome here. And of course, an extra welcome to women's co-ops or associations seeking support. Women are very good in working with each other in community. And in Latin America, we know there are lots of people in coastal communities that are joining forces to seek some livelihood, to improve their livelihood, to search for solution. And we know there is innovation and drive on these type of projects as well. So they're very welcome to apply for the Women in Ocean Food. This will happen again in La Paz, Baja California Sur, Mexico. If you see a map, we have the large peninsula to the west, and at the very tip, there is La Paz, right by the sea, the Gulf of California. This is an upcoming hub for aquaculture in Mexico and Latin America, we hope. So this is a very nice and beautiful place to have this program. And this is all happening in January, from the 6th to the 16th of January 2025. If you live further away, you will have to start traveling maybe a couple of days before that. But it will be a great way to start the year with us. So why join? Wayne, would you take this?
Yeah, in terms of why joining, I think I know lots of people, when they look at programs like this, they wonder if this is for me. What I can share with you, having done 3 of them already and done 16 of these type of programs globally, we really understand that building a business is hard. Hatch is a global investor in the blue economy. We engage with and support and connect with entrepreneurs, building great technologies, providing amazing solutions to the market. We are an impact investor. We want to see more great ideas getting to market. But we also understand and acknowledge and support the role that communities play in feeding the future generations. I think one of the great things about this program, and one of the long-term strategies I see why people should join this, and particularly those of you with amazing talent in leading companies, is that we're very focused here in this project to be focusing on developing the next generation of female leaders in the blue economy. You're going to hear from Thamires and Sara, and you're going to see video on others who are just doing amazing things in the industry. And I'm looking at that teenage young girl somewhere in Latin America who's trying to figure out what she wants to do in her career, and to see a Thamires or a Sara or a Daniela from our program and say, I want to do that. This is what we need to do. We need to encourage those girls to kind of look at being independent, building a business, and I think this program in particular has many shining examples of those inspirational leaders that, you can do it if you've got the right support, you've got the right team around you. And we've got many great examples of women doing that. So that's one of the reasons why you join, because you want to hang out with people like the ladies on this program here today, or this webinar, and the multitude of others that we have connected into this network. You're going to get very specific advice around your business, be it if you're working on seaweed, if you're working on fin fish, if you're working on feed, if you're building a new solution for whatever part of the sector. If it's tech heavy or it's a service, it doesn't really matter. The chances are Hatch and Conservation International have helped and worked with a business somewhere in the world similar. So we've got lots of experience, lots of knowledge and expertise. We've got lots of contacts. And our role, I guess, is just to be a source of information and to help you get you more clarity on your company, on your business, on your opportunity, on your strategy, because it's really important that you're able to walk and talk about your business in a way that A, attracts customers, and B, maybe attracts investment, be that venture or be that grant related. I think you're going to get a lot of, Mariana mentioned to you about, how you talk about your company, that storytelling piece. Pitching is very subjective, so everybody's going to have an opinion on your pitch. But what's really important is that, when you sit down to talk with somebody, you can get across your message very clearly and succinctly, because that, initial 1 minute, 2 minute conversation you may have with an investor, if you can't get their attention, you've lost it. So we spend a lot of time, hopefully, trying to get you to be able to, really articulate, how amazing your product is, your company, the opportunity for investors to get involved. But it's not just about investment. It's about building a sound business and building a great team. A lot of what I focus on is making sure that you've got the certain skill sets within your team. Not everybody can be a great accountant and be able to look after the money. Not everybody can be a deep tech expert in pharmaceuticals or disease in fish. So it takes lots of different types of people and skills to bring and build a team together. And, we've got lots of experience in terms of what that could look like. And we can connect you with people who've done it before which is, you know, I think an amazing opportunity for you. And I know certainly Thamires and Sara, they've got to speak to some amazing mentors, some great companies out there. They've had lots of conversations through this process in terms of helping you, you know, learn more and get better at your business. So it's a really good reason why you should join and obviously meet investors, and then, you know, just get out there and see, you know, how you can build the best possible business for you, your family, your company, your teammates, and your community, wherever that may be. And I know there's quite a few people on listening now. Okay, it is you, right? You're sitting here on this call. You know, if you're wondering whether it's you, this is for you. It is you. And we want you to apply, and then we will engage with you and help you and support you. Because this is exactly why this program has been developed, is to assist some amazing female talent out there. Is that a good enough reason why to join?
I think it is. If you're here, I think you should join. Okay, so we are looking for enterprises, companies, projects who have a significant market and social impact potential, not only on the market, as Wayne said, you could be a service or product or a community-based project. And we care, and we are very interested in someone that is looking to promote the prosperity of our oceans and local food systems, including those producing nutritious protein or creating value from ecosystem services, advancing climate-friendly and climate-resilient production methods, or providing economic opportunities for coastal community, especially for other women. And this is where the community-based projects working with each other, this is a very typical type of association in across Latin America, of people who were only considered themselves being wives of fishers or aquaculture farmers, but that are now looking for their own opportunities, impacting in their communities with new solutions, even innovating and making an impact to their children, for future generations to come. So these are the type of people that we are looking for, the type of projects. In Latin America and the Caribbean, whenever we say Latin America, please, it's the Caribbean as well. So all English-speaking countries or Spanish-speaking countries, Portuguese-speaking countries are welcome for the program. We would have translation services in place, English, Spanish. So you're very welcome to attend whatever language you speak. And our mission-aligned opportunity areas, what we are interested in seeing in the cohort are, of course, aquaculture, downstream solutions, and that means processing, upcycling, cold chain solutions, services in seafood, in the seafood sectors, conservation technologies, sustainable fisheries, and regenerative aquaculture, blue carbon emerging companies, and seaweed value chain innovation and improvement. And not only macroalgae, if you're working on something with microalgae, they are welcome as well. We know these type of companies are there because I've received a couple of questions from other people in the weeks before that. So yes, you are welcome to apply. If you have another question, I will leave my email at the end, and so no question is small enough for us to answer. So please contact me after this, or if you have an answer right now, you can go ahead and write it in the chat. So now, before I put the video, just for you to see the type of teams that we have received. This is a little video where each company will introduce themselves. What are they working on? So you can see the broadness of the the many sectors that people are working on and that are welcome to be part of this program. So I'll play the video so you can meet our former cohort members.
Tengo 26 años trabajando con reproducción de peces marinos.
I am the president of the Belize Women Seaweed Farmers Association.
Biomarino nació por la necesidad de que en el sector de los laboratorios había muchos problemas.
Entonces nosotros lo que estamos buscando es crear soluciones disruptivas o soluciones inteligentes para como satelitales, drones, boyas, que actualmente ya están disponibles pero que a lo mejor no están al alcance o la difusión del pescador o el acuacultor.
Lo que creamos es un tratamiento para prevenir infecciones y enfermedades en peces.
Que alineadoras son las mujeres pues, que trabajan este oficio de alinear, que es considerado un arte, un saber tradicional en Colombia, que es remover las vísceras del pescado y las escamas de tal manera que el producto y la carne quede, mejor dicho, íntegro sin estar contaminado pues, por las vísceras.
FICA Labs is a biomaterial startup from Brazil, and we are dedicated to use the potential of the seaweed to produce threads and textile fibers to fashion business.
We came into aquaculture not for the food aspect, but for the restorative aspect that the animal can convey to the reef.
Para solucionar o reducir la captura incidental, estamos incorporando una tecnología de luces LED que son cargas de solar.
Y hace un año ya también pensamos que era interesante poder resolver un tema que es un cuello de botella en Chile y que tiene que ver con la logística de abastecimiento con cadena de frío desde la pesca artesanal hasta los restaurantes.
Estamos desarrollando tecnologías sostenibles para el manejo de sargazo. La primera parte es la recolecta de sargazo a través de drones o embarcaciones no tripuladas que son eléctricas, son completamente medioambientales, que cuidamos que no haya como bycatch.
Trabajos con horticultura, acuacultura. Nuestra mayor fuente de ingresos es el callo de hacha. Tenemos una concesión de 2.048 hectáreas y es lo que hoy venimos a implementar, un nuevo proyecto, una nueva visión de que se puede vivir bien de la pesca pero trabajando de manera responsable.
So as you can see, we have a very diverse group of people from 7 countries, 21 personality, but what they all have in common is that they are remarkable women that have an idea and that are willing to work towards a conviction and that we are very proud of. Shout out to Stephanie Russo, a former participant that is in the audience as well. Hi, Stephanie. Okay, so at the end of this program, this is a 10-day program. Last time it was 2 weeks, and this is an even more intense program of 10 days. At the end of the 10 days, we have the Community Day. This is an event where we invite over 100 people of the regional stakeholders, investors, friends of the program and the community, that will sit down and listen to your ideas, about your ideas and your company. A selected group of 4 or 5 teams will have the opportunity to pitch their projects in front of the audience. This is a place where you meet stakeholders, investors, and this is a very special place where the work of the 10 days ends, and you can really see the difference from the people that came in the first day to what they were able to achieve after the 10 days. So this is a very exciting day that ends with this event in the community. So now we are welcoming our previous participants to just talk about a little bit about their experience. Maybe we should start with you, Sara. I will ask you to first tell us what your organization does? And very briefly, please tell us what was your experience as a participant in the Women in Ocean Food program.
Thank you, Mariana, and thank you all for being here. So what we do is we are trying to find solutions for reef restoration by also creating a new fishing resource that will be able to self-sustain and create more opportunities for local populations for this new fishing resource, but also to have an ecological impact on the reef. This is the Caribbean king crab. And well, my experience in the program was a complete game changer for me. I am more involved in the science and conservation, a little bit more focused on the ocean than on what I can do with the project. And so for me to be able to find that with the project and the idea that we have, we could make it grow and escalate it to a point where we don't always rely on donations or philanthropy, but that we can make our project self-sustainable, growing, and just have a bigger impact. So for me, that change of perspective on our project was, I think, the biggest lesson learned throughout the program.
Thank you, Sara. What would you say is the most important things you got out of the program?
So yeah, as I mentioned, that change in perspective was like, as a biologist, you're always kind of focused on your solution, but how are you going to make your solution viable was what made me just change my whole perspective. And as Wayne very wisely said, is just meeting all these powerful and inspiring women that may not have anything to do with the project that you have, but have that feeling of working together and working hard to get your project going. It was very, very inspiring. A lot of learning coming from other places and from other sorts of projects that you would never imagine have something in common with your project, but that in the end we all do. And just learning from so many different angles was incredible. And of course, all the mentorships, so much knowledge, so much knowledge. Like every day was, I don't even know how to process all the information. I've looked through my notes again and I'm like, I can't even imagine all the information that was going through and all the connections that you can make. Like in my notes, I was highlighting who I can talk to, who referenced this. Like you start making like your own network in your head, and it's just so easy to make these networks happen. Thanks to you, Mariana, and all the connections that Hatch and CVI have. CIV, sorry, have. So yeah, just so much information, so much knowledge, and so much networking was very, very incredible.
Thank you, Sara. If you in the audience have questions for Sara, we will address them at the end, but please do. And now with Thamires, what does your company do and how was your experience?
Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, I don't know, or good night. Thank you for having me. I'm a founder of Aqualabs. We are a biomaterial startup from Brazil. And again, we are developing threads and textile fibers to replace traditional materials as polyester, petrochemical, cellulosic, and etc. So I have a background in fashion industry, and the experience to me was amazing because I came from the fashion industry and I decided to use seaweed, but I never had an experience with the people that working with ocean. I mean, like a acceleration program or whatever. So, and when I saw the name Women in Ocean Food, I thought, okay, this is not for me. But I sent an email to Wayne and he told, no, you can apply. It's open. It's just the name, apply. And as Sara told is a game change experience, but what I really loved was how Hatch Blue opened the doors to me in this ocean scenario of entrepreneurs and the opportunities in general. For example, Gracie, that is not here, she introduced me to another people when I was in United States. So the connections are gold, definitely. And it was amazing to be 1 week with a super inspired woman that I never thought to be connected. For example, Sara, what is the chance in my life to find someone that is working, to save corals, reefs, wherever. So it was amazing. And the best things is because we are still connected. We are still chatting in our WhatsApp channel. I used to chat with the other girls, like sometimes Dani, sometimes Karini, Paulina. So we're still keeping on it.
It was your birthday yesterday, Thamires, right?
On Sunday, actually.
Sunday.
Yes.
How did I know that? It's this channel.
The group, yes. And I don't like to talk. Actually, I don't used to talk about when is my birthday, but Karini, hey, happy birthday.
Yes, and everybody chimed in.
Yes.
Yes, so it's that kind of warmth and collaboration that women just have, and that our previous cohort participants are always making a mini reunion almost every month. We see someone that is reunited with someone else from the cohort, even in different parts of the world. So that connection, that human connection part of the experience is very enriching, as well as entrepreneurs and as persons even. Okay, so thank you very much, Thamires. And now we're going for the Q&A part of this. Oh, I'm sorry, you can hear my dog. Is that all right? Very sorry. But yes, we'll start with the Q&A. You can put your questions in the chat. I think I have one. I'll start with this one for Wayne. Wayne, could you tell us what would make a good candidate for the Women in Ocean Food?
I think it's obviously someone that has a vision, as complicated or as uncomplicated as it needs to be. Someone just has a mission and a drive and a passion to build a business, build a project, have an impact, be it on a social community side, or is looking to build an amazing product to disrupt and change the global food system. We don't really mind what that looks like. But what it is that you need to be someone who may not have all the pieces of the puzzle, but you're looking for. You got to have that inquisitive nature, enough to go looking and seeking the answers that maybe you don't have now. And it's okay not to have all the answers. Even we don't have all the answers, but we've worked really hard on finding the opportunity or finding ways to find those answers. So I think you really need to be, maybe you haven't got a team yet. Maybe you're looking to find and connect with a potential co-founder. These are all really important, parts of building any successful project. You need a really good team around you. And maybe if you're a solo right now and you're looking to expand, you've got a great idea, but you don't know how you're going to move it to the next level. I think this program certainly will enable you to, explore that, achieve that potentially. And I really come back to why this program is so impactful. Not some businesses take a while. It can take many years to get to a stage where it becomes successful. But in the meantime, what are you going to do? What are you going to lean on? And I genuinely say that this community of women They're so powerful, they're so passionate, they're so supportive of each other. And if that's what's missing in your life and your business, wherever you are in Latin America and the Caribbean region, I think, you know, getting exposed to and connecting with women who are like-minded and are going through the same things, I think is a wonderful opportunity for you to consider. You know, and it's good fun. Spending 2 weeks in a room with 22 women was very much a challenge for me. It was the loudest room ever in terms of support, in terms of questions and inquisitiveness, and you know, really looking to maximize, you know, all that's on show in terms of information. It really is kind of, you just need to be that person who has an itch that you need to scratch, and hopefully you'll be able to do that in this project. You're on mute, Mariana. Sorry.
Oops, sorry. Yes, Sarah answered a question in the chat for Cynthia, who is a scientific researcher in aquaculture and is working, has founded an aquaculture company in Peru. She says she's interested in working with insect fish meal in the fish feed sector. Yes, that is very much something that we would be interested to have part of this of the applicant pool. That is definitely an opportunity. So please do apply. Another question over here.
Sorry,
is
Marian,
that
just on that insect protein, you know, we've worked with a lot of companies throughout the studios around the world that are, you know, working on insect protein. Our partner Aquaspark has invested in Y-Insect. So, you know, we've got lots of experience there. So if it's something that you're developing or want to develop as a feed source, you know, we've got lots of insight and knowledge around that around the world. So yeah, definitely it's something that we could help with.
Thank you, Wayne. And we have another question from Patricia. It's in Portuguese, but I understand that you are doing aquaculture research and you're working on your PhD. You don't have a business, but you have ideas. Yes, you can also apply if you have an idea that you've been working on that has certain traction, that it's been proven somehow, or that you see potential, you can apply as well. But be mindful that you need to be willing to go through the distance with this project, because you are going to work on this project for the coming years. If you have the intention of making a business out of this, of applying for grants or something, yes, you can also apply for the Women in Ocean Food. About the nationality, is it necessary that all the team is from Latin America? Is it possible to apply if you have a Latin American nationality, I'm assuming, but you are living in other country? If you're living in another country, but your solution will be deployed in Latin America and you are Latin American, yes, you can apply to the Latin American program. Let's have another question.
But I think just to clarify, Mariana, that technology or business that you're developing needs to have a focus on Latin America. Now, having said that, you can build a business in Latin America and have a global, you know, ambition. That's fine. But, you know, this program is focused on female-led businesses in Latin America. But we can certainly talk and have conversations around it and clarify further. We just want to get great ideas, great talent applying. And as soon as we can get having those conversations, I think, you know, we can figure all that out.
Yes, and another important thing to address is that people who apply, the women who applied, have to be in leadership position. They have to be shareholders or have to have the power to make decisions over this company or this project. We do want C-suite executive founders, owners of the project as well. Adriana Muñoz is asking, ¿es posible que la líder de una empresa que desarrolla productos comestibles para perros y gatos que incluyan algas marinas pueda participar? She's asking if you do feed products from seaweed for cats and dogs, can she apply? Yes. I think we had a team like that in the BIM Innovation Studio, Aquatech.
Yeah, very successful company. Yeah, so we've got lots to share in terms of how to build that kind of a business also.
Yes, so that's absolutely welcome. This is a question for you, Wayne. What is the magnitude of impact that you're looking for that our vision project will have?
Do you know what? That's a really difficult question to answer. You know, impact can be social, it can be local, it can be global. But you know, the impact I'm looking for is to, as I said earlier, to generate the next generation of female leadership and to set shiny examples for other women to follow and have the confidence to build a business in the blue economy. And I think that's the ultimate, you know, objective for me in terms of impact that I'd like to achieve. But at the same time, I'd like to also, you know, help nurture and develop many profitable, you know, effective, successful businesses that are having, you know, impacts in some of the most challenging parts of Latin America. You know, helping communities get access to sustainable protein, food, and obviously generate revenue that can help them. So, you know, there's a multitude of levels of, you know, impact that we're looking to achieve. But, you know, first and foremost, the reason why this is here is we want to attract the best talent in the region to come and help them get even better and bring with them the next generation of leaders. And that's the real objective here.
And I think we have time for a couple more. What type of activities are part of the program? So as it's been mentioned, we have mentor sessions. We have one-to-one sessions with mentors where people can sit down with a mentor and just tell them about their project, and they can get feedback or even advice on what they're working on. We have personal work as well, because during the 10 days, you'll be developing your pitch and working on your pitch for the pitch competition. We have a pitch competition, I think, on day 7 or 8. We do a couple of aquaculture farm visits, so you can learn about what's going on in farms in other sides of the world. We have fish fin farms here in La Paz and also oyster farms. We're doing an optional field trip as well.
I wonder, Mariana, maybe for Sarah or Thamires, you know what they enjoyed most about the activities in the program, or maybe the sessions that stood out for you, if you can remember. Seems like a long time ago now.
Yes, actually, I loved 2 sessions. One with Catriona about you. Actually, it's basic content. It's more like you know, what you need to.
Investor readiness, yes.
Yes. The pitch for investors. I really liked that one. And another one, the leadership, the Brianna's father did. I don't remember his name, but I love
Robert Orr from Kuhn.
Yes.
The leadership piece.
Yes, for me, I saw again these slides many times. So yeah. I like it that.
Awesome. What about you, Sarah?
Yeah, for me, it was seeing all the different examples of projects that started, like I don't remember her name, but the one that is also working on feed and started this tiny little thing. And now she showed us like all the machinery and all the things, like where she got to. That's just so inspiring. And all the examples, again, I don't remember her name, but the woman from Ecuador, that she
Maria del Carmen.
Maria del Carmen as well, like also like a different kind of program. I mean, but like just very inspiring examples. And for me as well, having time to chat with all of you from different points of views, and it was just like looking at my project through different sets of eyes for the mentorships with George and with Gracie and with Wayne and with Benedict. It was just always having these new ideas that were so valuable for building and making our project stronger.
Thank you, Sarah. It seems like time is up. Thank you very much for joining us today. My email is over here. It's mariana@hatch.blue. I know there are some questions that were left unanswered.
We can run over a bit. We can run over a bit of time if everybody has 5 minutes. If there's questions there.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's perfect. So
it's only 3 a.m. here. I'm good to go all night, guys.
Sorry, Wayne. Thank you for being here.
That's all right. That's okay.
I have Spanish. Just let me translate it in my head first. Yes, Linda Marcela is working as a technician in aquaculture, supporting local producers in the region with better practices and technologies. And she says there is a group of producers that would like to create a cooperative. Yes, if you have already an idea and you are interested in joining the team as a co-op, you don't need to be legally established to apply, but you have to have a very clear idea of what we're going to do. If you are already having activities or work that you have done, then yes, you are welcome to apply. But we do expect you, or we would like you to get legally established after the program, so you can continue with your work that way. Another question. Karen, the deadline to apply is November 19th. You can still apply. If you have any questions about the form, you can write an email to me and I'll help. And another person is asking if we'll do something around in the South Pacific, and some other person talked about Africa. We always have programs in different parts of the world. So please, we invite you to stay tuned to Hatch offerings via LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, because we're always coming up with innovation studio in all over the world. So right now, next week, we are starting the Blue Carbon Studio for the Pacific, for countries in the Pacific area. Maybe you would see another program, another innovation studio in your area in the years to come.
We are planning as much as possible. I mean, that's the thing. There's so many great projects out there that need help, and we've got very niche expertise. And part of next year, for me at least, is to explore more opportunities to find more talent, because we've raised over $100 million to date, and we want to find homes for that money. You know, part of that is working and engaging with and finding and nurturing the next generation of talent. So we did a program early this year in Africa, a Blue Venture Builder. I have been in conversations with potential funders in the South Pacific region. We obviously have a location in Hawaii, so we're very familiar with the Pacific Islands and how they're all connected. Maybe that studio, we're running a venture builder there in end of November, beginning of December. But stay tuned, keep reaching out, and you know, a program may be relevant close to you before you know it, because we do have plans to do more of them, because we know the impact that it can have.
Thank you, Wayne. And Erika is asking, well, it's saying that she submitted her application in Spanish, and she's asking, do we need it in English? No, in Spanish, that's okay. English or Spanish, that's good. We welcome English, Portuguese, and Spanish speakers equally. Thank you.
No comprende español.
Yeah, he doesn't understand Spanish, but I do. And we'll have a translator, so don't worry about that.
Thank God for that.
And I think we've answered most of the questions by now.
Okay.
Yes. So thank you very much. If you have another one that comes up, write an email to me or go to hatch.blue. You'll see the programs tab over there, and that's where all our offerings are nested.
And I'll just kind of make one last comment, Mariana. For anybody who's thinking, is this for me? Is this something that's relevant for me? You know, it is. And I think many of the ladies that made that jump last year and the year before and the year before, you know, I think looking back, I think it's probably a good decision that they made, if nothing else, but that they've met some amazing people. And one of those amazing people is Mariana. She's the community manager for Women in Ocean Food. She works incredibly hard to support and find and you know, help companies get to the next level and those founders. And she's the glue that keeps all this together. So please do feel free to reach out to her. I know she'll do anything to help, you know, share more information or encourage you that you can do this. And all we need is for you to take that first step. And then we're going to be on that marathon ahead with you, and you're going to have lots of really great people to join you on that journey. So, yeah, you just need to make the first step, and we'll help you get you the rest of the way. And it's great that people like Sarah and Thamires come back and support and want to see more great ladies leading businesses into the future. And that's the kind of community you'll be stepping into. So I'm excited to see who's going to be applying. Yes, thank you. And one last question. I think it's very important. It's not here. I don't remember her name. I think it's Erika. Erika was asking, when will results be announced? And we expect to have a cohort formed by the first week of December. So that's when we'll be making and informing the decision of who the next cohort will be for 2025. So thank you so much for being here. You know where to find us. Please apply or ask further questions after this session. And thank you very much for joining us. Sarah, I'm sorry, Sarah Karner from Hatch. I didn't introduce you at the beginning. I'm very sorry. It slipped away. But thank you for helping out in the background. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sara Gutierrez, for being here, for being part of this again. And of course, thank you, Wayne, so much for this. Yes, I'm going back to sleep now. So have a good day wherever you are. All right. Thank you, guys. Nice talking to you.
Thank you all. It was nice to see you.
Bye, Sarah. Two Sarah's,
and
great
apply.
to see you. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody apply.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So.
Bye.
Okay, I'm going to end it now. Thank you again, everyone.